I didn't tell anyone. How could I? I couldn't explain it even to myself. A ghost email from nowhere, a pulsing screen, hallucinations, dreams that bled into reality. No one would believe me. But I knew something had changed after that first message. It was more than fear. It was a sense of presence. The feeling of being seen by something that doesn't blink. In the days that followed, my devices became unreliable. My phone rang constantly, always from an unknown number. When I answered, there was never any sound, not even static. Just silence thick enough to feel like something was listening, cataloging my breathing, measuring the tempo of my voice even in absence. When I stopped answering, the calls continued. At 2:43 a.m., without fail. My call log always wiped clean afterward, as if the device itself didn't want to remember. I tried staying at a hotel. Neutral space. No devices except what I brought. No Wi-Fi. Not even a television. The first night, I slept, really slept for the first time in weeks. But in the morning, there was a note slipped under the door. Not typed, not handwritten, just printed. Crisp. Sterile. We found you anyway. I left immediately. When I returned home, everything in my inbox was gone. Every email, personal, work-related, junk wiped clean. Except for one. A new message. No sender. No timestamp. The subject read, "This is where you end." Inside the email was a photo attachment. No body text. I opened it before I could stop myself. The image showed my apartment, shot from a low angle, as if something small, crouched, had taken it from the corner. The timestamp embedded at the bottom read 2:43 a.m. I checked my camera. The image wasn't there. I hadn't taken it. The same night, I was awakened by the smell of something burning not. Smoke, not fire. Ozone. The air was charged, sharp, like lightning had cracked open a conduit. My bedroom light flickered, but only the shadows moved. Not the bulb. The dark bent sideways, folded toward the closet. I watched, unmoving, as the door creaked an inch open on its own. I couldn't sleep after that. Now, when I sit at my desk, I hear the keyboard clicking faintly even when I'm not typing. The speakers emit tones at the edge of hearing ultrasonic frequencies that tickle the base of my skull. I tested them with audio tools. They don't register. No waveform, no signal. But I feel them. Something is trying to rewrite me. The messages have stopped being coherent. They're fragments now. Code, phrases in dead languages, maps of places I've never been but somehow recognize. One was an outline of a building labeled only Layer 0. Another showed a staircase that descended into a spiral labeled Recinch Path. I dreamed I walked it. The steps were soft, made of compressed dust. As I descended, walls closed in until I was crawling. At the bottom, a door opened inward, not outward. That detail stuck with me. Something wanted me to come inside but not escape. That morning, my hands were covered in grime. Under my nails, black flecks of something brittle and old. And behind my desk chair, a faint footprint. I live alone. 2 nights ago, I blinked and found myself logged into an email account I've never seen before. Username, root, null, trace. Inbox, 1 message. The subject line, last echo. I didn't open it, but the message opened itself. Inside was a full transcript, a list of everything I'd said, typed, or whispered aloud since the day the first message arrived. Exact phrasing, punctuation, emotions noted in brackets. Pauses recorded. I scrolled to the bottom. Repetition, fear, sync, 2.4, 3 o'clock. Subject ready. Link complete. My screen went black, and then I saw myself sitting at the desk. On the monitor, my live image. Only I wasn't moving. My reflection stared back, head slightly tilted, eyes unfocused, mouth smiling faintly. The room around it pulsed. The timestamp below the video. Now. I turned around. Nothing. But I haven't moved since. I don't remember blinking. I don't remember standing. And the monitor is still on. Still watching. Still updating. I haven't checked my inbox again, but I know what the next email will say. It's already written. It's titled, Replacement Sent. I stopped using the computer after that night, unplugged it, yanked the cords out with shaking hands, and left it face down on the floor. But even with the monitor dark, I still felt its gaze. A phantom pressure radiating from the black screen like heat. I moved it to the closet, closed the door, stuffed towels beneath the crack. Still, the hum continued. Not sound, not electricity. Just a presence-a-pull that never faded. Like the machine wasn't off, just patient. I began sleeping with the lights on. I kept a mirror facing the closet door so I could watch the shape of the room without turning my head. I drank coffee until my hands twitched and my vision blurred. I couldn't afford to fall asleep. I'd seen too much already. But I did fall asleep. And when I woke up, I wasn't in my bed. I was sitting at the desk, back straight, fingers hovering above the unplugged keyboard. The monitor was still dark, but my reflection was lit from within. I blinked. The figure in the screen didn't prod. That's when I knew whatever had been writing to me, watching me, recording me had passed through. Not metaphorically, not digitally. It had stepped in, slipped through the signal like blood through a split wire. I left the apartment, walked out the door, and kept walking. I didn't pack, didn't look back. I checked into a hotel on the far end of the city, paid in cash, left my phone in a trash can 2 blocks away. No electronics, no screens, not even a clock. I sat on the floor of that room and stared at the wall until my eyes burned. It still found me. At 2:43 a.m., the fire alarm in the room chirped once loud, sharp, but not repeating. Just once. The light on the smoke detector blinked red, then blue, then nothing. I turned to the door. A slip of paper had been slid under it. Same formatting, same sterile precision. The print was perfect, uniform. Not ink, not toner. Something older, cleaner. Signal uninterrupted. We have your skin. We are drafting the next version. That night, I dreamed in code. Not numbers, not language. Instructions. I watched myself rot, piece by piece. The body in the dream fell apart. Methodically, muscles peeled from bone, organs unthreaded into data. Every movement cataloged, every moment stored. I wasn't horrified. I was aware of being processed. When I woke up, my tongue had dried out. My eyes ached like I hadn't blinked in hours. The palms of my hands bore faint indentations, lines like circuitry pressed into skin. I scrubbed at them until they bled. They came back the next morning, deeper. I haven't received another email since. Because I think the inbox isn't mine anymore. It belongs to what's inside me. I've started seeing my own name on public screens arrival boards in train stations, ticker tapes on news channels, the scrolling menus of digital billboards. Always brief, always at 2:43. Sometimes with an asterisk, sometimes with the word loading beneath it. I don't remember registering for anything. People on the street don't look at me anymore. Not directly. Their eyes slide past like I'm a glitch in their perception. Even when I speak, they blink like they're waking from a dream they didn't know they were in. I think the process is almost finished. I've begun writing things I don't remember starting. Pages of symbols, blocky glyphs arranged in spirals. I find them on the backs of receipts, in the margins of books I haven't read. Once, I wrote directly on the mirror with my fingertip. The message burned into the glass even after I tried to wipe it away. You are the backup. I don't know what that means, but I've started dreaming of other versions of myself. One sits in a dark room, endlessly typing. Another stands in front of a broken monitor, staring into it without blinking. One floats in a void of static, limbs curled inward, face stretched into a silent scream. They all wear my face, but none of them breathe. I think whatever I let in through that first email never left. I think it's been using me to transmit. Every blink, every breath, every pulse of thought, copied, compressed, sent. And now it's spreading. I passed a stranger on the subway yesterday. Our eyes met for just a second. He smiled, and I recognized him. Not his face, his source code. We're all receiving the same message now. You reading this? You're connected. You opened it. You let it through. And now it knows your name. Check your inbox. I guarantee there's a message waiting. No sender. No subject. Just the timestamp. 2:43 a.m.